And I would like to note that companies that you connect yourself with, that now you are partners with, they're also family. Every single one of them is a family business, so they value what you have to offer.
I think so. I mean, we've been very fortunate as we've grown up in this business and seen the changes since the 50s. We've grown strategically through mergers and acquisitions into new markets. And you're right, the commonality, people always say, well, why did you started in Pittsburgh, why did you pick Cleveland? Why did you pick Detroit? Why did you pick Virginia Beach?
Yeah.
And it was not all contiguous. And why not go to Florida or Texas or, some of the hot markets or the sand states? And it was all relationship. Every merger we went into over the years, really since 2003, big cities or small, have been people we grew up in the business with, that were family businesses, that we had a lot in common with. And I think they trusted that the values they had would be entrusted to us and we would carry on and not do away with their history, but add and enhance only what we're doing because it meshed.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of that original growth through what you would call the true acquisitions of the company, and the owners then leaving and maybe some of their kids staying in the business or not. There wasn't a succession. What we found recently, which has worked for us for the last 5 years, is as we grew, it was a challenge finding that owner mentality when you do acquire. Very entrepreneurial businesses where I always say that the companies almost had a cult of personality leadership. And so, we found a new strategy where instead of just buying out a company and then the leadership disappears, we said, well, could we partner with you? Could we come in, and we've made stakes as majority partners, but made stakes and then asked whether it was next generation family or existing leadership to stay as our partner and grow with us and run the business and run in collaboration and shared ideas. I don't think we could do that if it was really just a corporate business with none of that cultural aspect, none of that family-based aspect. It might not mesh as well.
Right.
And so we've been very fortunate to find some great partners. And right now we have what we call 4 of those partner companies, which would be the Tate company in Charlotte, which was the first, and throughout the Carolinas, and the Tate family and Pat Riley, and now Gary Scott being very involved.
And they're still very involved.
They're very involved. They're partners of ours, and and we knew Gary's family, his father's business, B. Gary Scott in Delaware. My dad was good friends with Gary, so when Gary came down to work for us from Long and Foster, after a couple of years, we brought him in as a partner because we wanted that continuity. So it's great to have Gary there. The Rand family in New York, they came to us looking for a traditional exit. Some of the brothers wanted to exit, some didn't, and mom was trying to make. And I remember sitting in New York City and having lunch, and I said, well, would you ever think about doing it this way? And they're like, wait, we could still be partners and involved. And they've been some of the best partners we've ever had. Just Matt Rand has been nothing but super, just really helping us grow. And Joe's great with the energy he brings.
And Marcia's still involved.
And Marcia's involved, yes. And not as much as she is, but she comes to board meetings and keeps us all in line. And Dan, their younger brother, is involved with our mortgage company. So it's great. And then we also, the FC Tucker company, which is somebody else we grew up with in Indianapolis, Jim Litton, was looking for a strategic change. And so Jim stayed in, but he brought in his 2 key senior people, Pat Perdue and Donna Krebs, and he actually brought them in as partners when he did restructure. And so they're operating. And then most recently was with
Coach
Realtors and the La Costa Finn family. And that's been, and I've been friends with LP and Whitney for years, just industry friends. And it's been great working with them, and they've got such a great operation.
And you are also so involved with them in leading real estate companies of the world.
Yes.
Actually, with all of them, everyone you just mentioned.
It's been a commonality. And then there's companies we've said we'd like you to be partners, and they haven't, but the Beverly Hanks company in Asheville, another leading RE broker, we bought them through the Tate, and we wanted the Hanks family to be partners, and they were offered that, and they said, no, but we don't want to be necessarily financial partners, but we want to stay in. And so Neil that might be the best market we're in right now. Neil's just hard charging, nothing's changed. He's doing a great job. And Amy, his wife, is running our mortgage operation there. So it's all family, and it's the closeness, and just, it's been nothing but wonderful. We've been very fortunate.
So the foundation is the same.
Yes, it is.